the damn. Heard it's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. It's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. Plug pull up with the pack and I ain't even bust it down. Couple minutes on my phone, I promise I'm gonna get it gone. I stay solid, I get caught, I'm fighting till they sit me down. You get caught, you singing like a nigga in the studio. Brody sold the whip for 1,000 cause we just slid in it. I really make a house call, fuck if your kids in it. Been through some shit that's why my heart too froze. You ain't living what you rapping in a studio. You get your noodle blown, fucking with the opposition. My brother making decisions on anybody that's dissing. With the quickness, I'ma make a decision, I'm on a mission. You tripping, thinking we missing, I'm shooting up with precision. Red beam on the barrel to give myself some assistance. My brother come through like sniper, he knock you off from a distance. Big foe with no foe, I'm balling just like a piston. We get the damn. Heard it's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. It's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. Plug pull up with the pack and I ain't even bust it down. Couple minutes on my phone, I promise I'm gonna get it gone. I stay solid, I get caught, I'm fighting till they sit me down. You get caught, you singing like a nigga in the studio. Brody sold the whip for 1,000 cause we just slid in it. I really make a house call, fuck if your kids in it. Been through some shit that's why my heart too froze. You ain't living what you rapping in a studio. You get your noodle blown, fucking with the opposition. My brother making decisions on anybody that's dissing. With the quickness, I'ma make a decision, I'm on a mission. You tripping, thinking we missing, I'm shooting up with precision. Red beam on the barrel to give myself some assistance. My brother come through like sniper, he knock you off from a distance. Big foe with no foe, I'm balling just like a piston. We get the damn. Heard it's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. It's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. Plug pull up with the.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the El Nino Podcast. I'm Eladio Nino, and this is Real Everyday People. So I already know everybody's tired of the snow, the slush, the wet, the cold, the ice, and the blankets and everything. I already know everybody ready for some good weather. You already know in Michigan they play with our emotion. One day it's sunny, the next day it's freezing and snowing, and then icicles and then storms and everything. But I tell you what, they done got soft on us. Cause I remember, hey, when I was young, shit, we was walking through snowstorms to school. They wasn't canceling nothing. You hear me? And, times have changed, man. But, hey, I ain't mad at it. I get to work from home, kick my feet up and chill, So, as you guys can see, man, we've had a little, we had to reroute, the show. Shout out to MBD Slizzy, man. They got an opportunity to open up at the 313 Day downtown at the concert they're having. So, big shout out to them, man. I wish them a successful performance and that they're able to network and build with some people. But I was still able to come up with some heavy hitters, man. Some good solid brothers I need to catch up with. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought it'd be a treat for everybody to be able to share in this kicking session. I got my man Jose Burgos here with me, and I got Jose Rivera over here with me. I'm with the Jose's, boy. So we just gonna build today. We gonna catch up with everything and give you a show. What's up with you, brother? How you been doing, man?
I'm good, man. Just excited to be here, man. Excited to give everybody an update on what's been going on with me. Like he mentioned, my name is Jose Burgos. I am a former juvenile lifer who served 27 years incarcerated here in the state of Michigan. Been home 4 years now doing reentry work, making sure that those that come home, have all the necessary tools they need to succeed, out here, man. So I'm just happy to be here.
Jose?
What's up? Jose Rivera, owner, founder of Detroit Forever 313 Clothing. Also, returning citizen of going on 6 years. I was incarcerated for 10 years, home now, and just glad to be back. It's my third time. I'm always a pleasure to be back with my boys.
Hey,
good
no
to
doubt.
see Jose. Good to see Eladio. It's always a pleasure to be here. So,
and it's crazy, man. We was all in the trenches together, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got to give it up for Jose, man. This guy worked yard crew up north, level 4, earth. I said, man, you gonna shovel them big ass tunnels? You gonna make igloos out there? $1 a day, boy. I said, golly. But that's the type of shit we went through, man, just to get a little fresh air. You know what I'm saying? We was in level 4. We was on lockdown all the time. You would clean toilets, do whatever you got to do to just get out the room, just be able to move around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's in level 4.
But I'll tell you what, upstate, it was cold, baby.
Very cold, very cold. I was up there 3 different times, man, and then I used to deal with some real heavy ass winters up there, man.
Yeah, it was brutal, bro. Like usually, like when we walked the yard, it was like walking a tunnel. It was like walking between 2 snow walls. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yep.
I never been up north. I was fortunate. I always stayed downstate. Furthest I went was Ionia.
Okay.
Oh, that ain't nowhere, man. You better stop playing. At least if you would have went to Muskegon, I'd have been like, oh, yeah, Muskegon is treacherous. They're kind of cold down there, too. I was surprised. I went to Muskegon, and it was freezing down there. I said,
is it by the water?
It's by water, yeah. It's surrounded by water. Because I was like, damn, I thought I left that cold shit up north, man. I came downstate, and I was still cold. I said, what's going on here? So I've been home for 4 years after serving 17 years, and you know, I pretty much came home and just started building, man. I'm talking about just started building a life for myself. Started you know, putting all my ideas, my vision of what I wanted my life to look like, and I just been you know, sticking to the script, man. That's been my motto since I've been home, man. Just stick to the script, because as soon as you know, you start exploring, and you know what I'm saying, trying to you know, make ends meet. You know, sometimes, you know, that's one of people's biggest excuse, you know, for, you know, messing up is, you know, just trying to keep up. You know, because life is it's testing, it's challenging. Every day trying to keep up with bills, and just every day, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got to have a job. You got to have a hustle. You got to be able to network. You got to do side jobs. Even on weekends when you're tired, you still got to get up and go make a buck, man, because life is relentless, bro. You know what I'm saying? And us, like, we were so accustomed to just being in the joint, calling home. We need a secure pack. We need a money order. We need some phone call money. And, you know, thank God we had people, you know, looking out for us, man, because there's a lot of dudes in there that, you know, that they were not as fortunate as us. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And, you know, I mean, we had some dry spells. I know I had some dry spells in there, but it was good because we had brotherhood, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we would always, you know, lift each other up, even if that meant, you know, we got to split these noodles and you throw a little barbecue sauce on there with a scoop of cheese, you know, and a sprinkle of beans, and we make it happen. You know what I mean?
Everybody ante up.
Everybody going to bed full, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, definitely that.
But it's crazy how you know, being inside, bro, that you just, you know, you go from a residential jungle to a concrete jungle, and then you create your family. You know, you create a brotherhood in there, bro. You know, you create your own support system. You know what I mean? And, you know, because most of us are family oriented, you know, people from our community are family oriented. So, you know, it was very natural for us to be able to find each other and link up with each other. And that's the one thing that I do appreciate about, you know, about the MDOC is everybody's allowed to, you know, put their differences, you know what I'm saying, to the side for the sake of a higher cause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Especially coming from Southwest, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so many different individuals from different areas that, you know, can cause, you know, misunderstandings. But, you know, when we get inside there, it's like we all come together, we stand with each other, you know, we ride with each other, you know, we, like you said, we build a nice brotherhood. Like, you know, I mean, I didn't know you until I got, you know, in there, and then we just built a bond, and we just been, you know, mobbing ever since. You know, I grew up with Budo though, you know, so it's a little different. But at the end of the day, you know, he was gone, like from the first time I went in, I got out, and then he was still there. Then I came back, and he was still in there. That was you know, so
that was the thing with me, man. Like, you know, being there so long, man. Like, I seen a lot of guys from the neighborhood, man, coming in and out of there, man, for years. You know what I'm saying? And I see guys come in, do it 2 or 3 years. It was like they were doing life sentences on an installment plan. You know what I'm saying? And then what really got scary was when I started seeing the children you know what I'm saying, of my friends, people
Yeah.
who I grew up with. Now they were coming to the joint. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that's crazy. You know that's it was like a realization.
Or even
like
the friends of your children. You know, like I had a bunch of people who was like, oh, I know your daughter, and I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, for real. They're like, yeah, you know,
I've
I'm
been
your
here too long.
grew up with your daughter, grew up with your, you know, and I'm just like, man, this is not a good look. You know?
Shit, I remember I was at level 4 in Lapeer, and you know they had the you know once they graduate from juvenile, they go to the level 2 side. They had like the youth program over there, but they were in the population with the level 2 prisoners. So the brother Junito, him and his son were locked up together in level 2, spinning laps. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm like, damn, that broke my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Just to see that, you know, that's just like a generational curse, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we see that, you know, and it kind of like makes you wonder, like, what are you gonna do when you get home? Especially for me, I had 2 boys. Yeah. And you know, you hope that you can get home and you know that your experiences will teach them something to try to, you know, like something that they see, so they learn from that. You know, they seen that their father or you know male figure in the household was, you know, incarcerated, so it kind of deters them. But sometimes it doesn't. You know, sometimes you got to put you know boot to the grounds and get on them and you know call them, make sure they're okay, and you know because it's rough. You know, like I said, one of my sons was, you know, he was shaky, but you know he's doing a lot better now, and it wasn't easy. You know, I wasn't there for most of his life, and he was raised by his mother, and she did the best she could. But you know, at a certain age, a child's gonna do what they want to do. So
it's just in our community they glorify prison, though.
Yeah,
you
they
know
do.
what I'm saying? It's like a badge of honor. So you know, it's like you know, your sons. You know, they want to follow in them footsteps because they to them that's like, okay, Pops is real, he's certified, he in the joint, he a gangster, you know what I'm saying? Everybody respect him, everybody love him, everybody out here in the streets speak highly of him. So, you know, they misinterpret that and think, you know what, that's the way to go.
Especially if they see you're doing okay once you get out, then they're looking at it like, well, you're not doing bad, you know, you know, what's wrong with it? You know, you're doing okay, you went to prison, you came home, you're doing all right, you know, you got a good job, you know, so why not let me bump my head a few times? And I'm like, you don't have to bump your head to know that it hurts, you know, you don't have to hit concrete to know that it's solid ground, you know, so.
It's a different ball game when you're actually in there, you know what I'm saying? Like once you're in the situation, then you start thinking like, whoa, it done got real, you know what I'm saying? And when it gets real, man, it gets real, you know, so.
When I went through quarantine, bro, when I went through Jackson quarantine, bro, I looked up, I said, man, I fucked up, bro.
Exactly.
Real.
Yeah, exactly.
It's real, bro.
Yeah, because the first time I went through Riverside. Did you go?
Yeah, I went to Riverside. Yeah.
Which is a big difference from Jackson.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
when you go to Jackson, you know, so when I came back in 07, you know, I looked up and I was like, yeah, this is a lot different than Riverside. This is nothing like Riverside. So.
Even for to be as fearless as we were, it was still intimidating, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's a cold environment, bro. Everything is about brick walls, wired everything's steel, everything's brick, everything's gray, everything's cold. You know what I'm saying?
It's
There's
an environment that
textures in there.
It's an environment that you don't know what's going on. You know, it's like walking into the unknown, like going into a jungle. You know, even though it's a kind of a cliche to say, but it is. It's like going into a jungle and you don't know what to expect. You know, because it's an environment that you're not familiar with. So you know, for someone to be like, oh, I didn't give it. You know, come on now, you had some kind of precautionary alert as you walked out into the yard, to the the day room, as you walked into the lunchroom, until you started seeing people who can probably guide you in a different direction. But it's still something that you're not aware of, and anytime you're not aware of something, there's always a precautionary alert that just triggers your your mind to say, hey, let me be a little bit more cautious,
And then to see, like, we've seen cycles of people. I've seen dudes who was hard, tough as hell, soft as hell. I done seen some guys go in soft as hell, and all of a sudden they the man now. Pop you in a minute, take a look at you, real quick, and it's like, I guess when you go to prison, man, you could be whatever you want to be. People go in there and literally recreate themselves and create a whole story that they done told so many times that they start to believe their own damn lies. You know what I'm saying? And people in there are just so accepting of everything just because they ain't got shit else to do. You know what I'm saying? Even if you know it's a lie, it's interesting though. You know what I mean?
I remember meeting a guy one time, man. We're having a conversation, and he's sitting there talking to me about me. You know what I'm saying? He's telling me, funny, bro, such and such, and I'm like, tell me about him, you know. And he's sitting there going on and on and on and on and on. And finally, I bust his bubble, like, bro, bust up, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Swear to God, bro. I was at Ryan Road. I was kicking it with a dude, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I lived in River Roots. He's like, man, Roots, man, I know all them guys. I know Eladio. I know them one and that one. I say, you do? I said, nigga, I am Eladio. He's like, I thought that was you. I said, man, shut your ass.
They be tripping, man.
And then people would take your story and then go to another prison and tell your story. You know, I was there. I was with Dog and them, and we did this. And I'm like, dog, I just told
that happened
you
with me
story.
with my cousins. A lot of the couple guys knew my cousins, and they're just talking about something. Yeah, I'm related to so and so and so and so, and I'm sitting there looking at them like, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real? They're like, yeah, bro. He said he was related to your cousins. I go over there, they just sitting there talking. I said, you don't know who I am? They're like, no, bro. And I'm like, those are my direct cousins, bro. You ain't related to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way in hell that you could be related to them, bro. Ever.
And you know, one of the big things that we do in prison is when we run into people from the neighborhood, first thing we go do is pull out the photo album. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to tell the story
you got
of who
pictures?
you is, who you ain't, what is and what it ain't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who are you? How you know him? And that's my cousin and this, that, and the other, you know?
Yeah,
pictures,
photo album tells everything.
Pictures and tapes.
Yeah.
Back when they had the tape players. You got some pictures? Or you got some freestyle?
Yeah.
Man.
Definitely, man.
Johnny was so upset when I told him I didn't have any freestyle on my MP3 when he
Yeah,
see me,
yeah,
bro. He
right.
was like, "What do you mean you don't have no?" I said, "I don't have any on there, bro."
Yeah,
He's like,
you're
"What?
right.
What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
yours is all reggaeton, wasn't it?
all I got reggaeton. He was like, "What? That's what? What do you mean? You're from the hood?" And I'm like, "I understand that, but I just don't have any of it on my player right now."
Yeah, no doubt, man. I remember when I first ran into Johnny, he had a nice ass whip. Soon as we jumped in that thing, all you heard was "In a Dream, My Love." I said, "Okay, then, my guy." Because it's funny though, you know, when you sitting there, you walking labs, you got your MP3 player, listening to the sounds, and it's like you think, man, I can't wait to go home and be in a car or be at a party,
I didn't recognize
be at
him,
a
bro.
club and listening to these different songs. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't recognize Johnny when I seen him. I was sitting there, man, and it was. You know, they're like, oh, yeah, you know, so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't know who he's talking about. And he came up to me, he's like, what up, bro? And he hugged me. I had to put my hand up. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You know
somebody tag Johnny, man. Tag Johnny, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Johnny,
Shout out
man.
to
Shout out to Johnny, man. Wish you
Tag
well.
Johnny.
Wish you well with your situation, man.
Definitely
Love you,
that.
bro.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Definitely that. My cousin, too. Actually, my blood cousin. I mean, I ain't seen, Ed in like 7 years, Poodle. And then they're like, man, your cousin's here. And I'm like, where? And they're like, right there. I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was a Moreno, you know what I'm saying? I looked over, they're like, hey, bro. I looked over, I said, I don't know that guy, bro, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, Jose, and I'm like, I heard the voice, and then I'm like, damn, that's my first cousin, you know? I didn't even recognize him, I ain't seen him in so long, bro. And he just got all big, you know, he looked just matured in the face, you know, he just got older, and I didn't recognize him, bro, for nothing in the world. And then until he spoke, and then I recognized him.
You know what's crazy, bro, is that all of us went through the Chance for Life program when we was in prison, bro. Yeah. And, you know, it's just crazy how even today out in the free world, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How we apply the things that we learned from in there.
Definitely.
And so many guys were like so against going, going to classes. Like they thought that shit was whack and that shit was soft. And you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, you going to get out of it what you put into it. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
And brothers like us, we took full advantage of the opportunity, bro. We mastered the curriculum. You know what I'm saying? To the point where we used to facilitate the curriculum. You know what I'm saying? And just to see the impact that it made, because all of our names are solid. All of our names come with respect. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So anything that we're a part of, people sign up for it. You know what I mean? And then once we just start going through the curriculum and breaking shit down and different, because everybody's got different comprehension skills. So we got to come with real life examples, scenarios where things have happened. And it's like, damn, I was explaining to a guy today how we were talking about empathy. It was we had started a youth program at Adrian, and it was a young dude. He loved stealing cars. That was his thing. And I said, damn, bro. I was like, you know, everybody ain't a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people who work for a living and they pay payments on their car. They buy their car, and here you are stealing their car. I said, bro, how would you feel if somebody stole your car? And he just looked at me, and I could see a light bulb went up in his head, and he was like, you know what, man, I never thought about that. He said, I would be mad as hell if somebody stole my car.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But just the fact of asking him a simple question like that, you know what I'm saying? I could see his whole mind shift. Like, man, oh, damn.
Your mic came on.
He flowing.
Yeah, he's flowing. He's spitting
fire.
fire into that damn thing. He done loosened it up.
But yeah, you know, it was just like, damn, you know, I just asked him a simple question,
Yep.
you know, and just to teach him about empathy, putting yourself in somebody
Yep.
else's situation.
Yep.
How would you feel if this was you?
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
it made a huge impact. And I
Yeah.
guarantee that lesson he carries on to this day. And I'm pretty sure he thinks about it every time he's getting ready to do some bullshit.
Yep. Again, it was Johnny, man, that kept asking me to come to Chance for Life, bro.
Yeah.
He'd see me on the yard, bro, at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. He'd put his hands up in the air like, bro, what up? And I'm like, what up, bro? He was like, I'm about to go to this class. You should come. Yeah, I catch you on the next round, bro. I'm about to go do this lap.
We're
you
playing
know?
volleyball.
Oh, yeah, playing volleyball, basketball, or something, you know. And he every time, bro. And then finally, man, I just gave in. And, man, I was like, you know what? I'm going to come to this class, bro, because you keep asking me to come. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it for you, bro. And I went, you know, and like you said, it was seeing the things that you have done to others in black and white.
No,
you
for
know,
sure.
that's what made me realize a lot of that, because it was errors in thinking. You know, you look at things and you're like, damn, I've done that. Oh, I've done that. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of gave me a reality check, like you said. You know, he didn't think of it like that. He was thinking like, shit, this is gonna reap the rewards that I'm looking for. This is me stealing this car is gonna benefit me. He didn't care about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So his rationale was just completely off, and that's another thing that, you know, triggered me at Chance for Life.
I think that's one of the things, man. A lot of times, you know, when we get into the message that we get into, man, like we don't even think about, you know, not only the direct effect that crime has on people, but also the ripple effects of that crime.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it doesn't just affect that one person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you an example.
It's like a domino.
Sometimes I've talked to kids who are committing breaking into a home. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them what you do though, Pudo. What's your line of work?
I do reentry. I do reentry work. I'm a reentry specialist at the State Appellate Defender's Office. So basically, just like I said before, just helping guys out, man. Like, you know, people who are in my situation, especially like juvenile lifers who are in the process of coming home.
But that's big for someone who was incarcerated for 20-something years to come out and actually go work for the State Appellate Defender Office.
Oh yeah,
you know, which says a lot about you.
It's been a blessing, bro. It's been a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And I think you know, it's just from my passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't just talk it, bro. I walk it. You know what I'm saying? And I sometimes I'm, you know, I maybe share it every now and then on Facebook every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, what the people don't see, that's the real work. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, just, you know, those late night calls, like having somebody who's been incarcerated 40 years, he comes home and he wakes up in the middle of the night, man, he's tripping, he's paranoid. He's like, bro, you know, he gives me a call, hey man, I'm going through it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just calm down. We're gonna see you through it. You know what I'm saying? So just
you become that person that they go to.
Yeah. Because I understand. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I had a support system, but when I used to look, and I used to be thinking, man, like, man, I got this support system, and I still struggle a little bit here and there. I can just imagine what these guys coming home and who don't have no family, don't have no loved ones, no nothing. You know, just imagine that, bro. Like, you come home after 40 years, 50 years, all your family's dead. You ain't got no friends. The MDOC takes you and drops you off at a homeless shelter downtown somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have a good day.
I don't feel comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, that just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, after you've served your time, bro, like, you at the very minimum, you deserve a little bit more than that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, you did 27 years, bro. Like, it's people that don't even live that long. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, how do you transition? How do you make that transition from coming from a concrete jungle, growing up, you know, majority of your life in there, and then transitioning into society? And I'm talking about, you know, coming home to a world that's no longer like we once knew it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's ran by robots and technology and computers and all that type of stuff. Like, I thought I was, you know, having a hard time, you know, after doing 17 years, but 27 years, bro, like, you went in when we just got cell phones, period. You know what I'm saying?
I'll never forget it. Back in the day, the phones were the real big box. You know what I'm saying? For me, bro, I think, you know what, my biggest, what really helped me out, bro, was that support system. You know, you can't stress that enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a lot of people, man, throughout the years, you know what I'm saying, dropping in and out, but I always maintained communication with the world. That was very important to me, you know what I'm saying? And I think I stayed on that phone, I stayed on those visits, you know, I stayed writing letters, you know what I mean? When I tell you, I've written thousands and thousands and thousands of letters, bro, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I stayed in communication. And like, I would send people, like, especially when the juvenile lifer thing started moving, like, I would send hundreds of letters out, and if I get one response, I did my job. You know what I'm saying? I was satisfied with it, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew I had touched somebody's heart, I had touched somebody's mind, and now we were moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So that's what helped me out.
And then all the lives that are impacted through that one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One person can make a big difference, bro.
Sure.
Absolutely.
You know, just like when somebody negative walks into a room full of people, you could just feel their vibe. You like, damn, he just killed the whole vibe. And just the same way as somebody positive that can just walk into a room and distribute that type of energy to people. You know what I mean? And, you know, just all of us, bro. I consider us all successful due to the fact that, you know, we've been successful since we've been home. We successfully completed parole. You know what I'm saying?
That was our biggest accomplishment.
You know, not only that, but we've been, you know, redeeming ourselves in any and every way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, you own your own fucking business. You know what I'm saying? I was in the joint with you when you were just putting everything on paper, bro. You know what I'm saying? You'd be over there doing your job. You know what I'm saying? Doing a laundry job and then doing a portrait on the side or working on a logo or working on a storyline. And then every day you come out like, look, bro, this is what I got. This is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, we can look at it like, oh, they're just passing time. Oh, they're very creative and this, that, and the other. But no, bro, like we were creating a path. We were creating our future in our mind. And then when we came home, we put in the work and we watched that shit manifest. You know what I'm saying? And every year, bro, since I've been home almost 4 years now, I have just watched your life every year be more and more progressive as last year. And it's the same thing with me, and it's the same thing with you. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I just got a $3 raise and now I got a title at work. You know, I walk different now. I dress different. You know
got your own studio.
Got my own studio.
You ain't in someone else's, you know, studio. This is your studio, bro.
No doubt. It's nice too.
You know,
it's real nice.
In a environment where you created it. This is your home. This is what you're doing. I mean, you put this all together, bro. I mean, if you guys could see the rest of this, besides what you guys see on the video, I mean, it's beautiful down here, and it's something that he's created.
You might get a chance to come on here too.
Yeah, you got to act right, cause
and the grind. I think the grind is gonna pay off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a law of nature, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy you're putting out there, bro. You keep going what you're doing, bro. Before you know it, dog. You know the podcast gonna be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna know Nino.
We all struggle, man. You know, I mean, we all come out and do what we do. You know, Jose has a purpose in what he's doing. You have a purpose in what you're doing. I'm serving what I feel is my purpose. You know, we all come out with some kind of path. Yeah, definitely. That's the line, because that's the leader. Yeah, don't be that sheep, man. Don't try to follow everybody else and, you know, hope that, you know, their success is going to be your success, because it's not always that way. You know, you're created to do what's meant for you to do. And you just got to follow that, man. You got to find it and, you know, put every effort into it, you know, because that's what I did. I know that's what you're doing, and I know that's what he's doing.
And no matter what we're doing, everying we do, it coincides with one another.
All
we
the
all
time.
Support one another.
All the time.
I mean, we've sat down in meetings. We've had phone calls, emails, texts, Zooms. We're stopping by here. We're getting, you know, hoodies, sweaters, customized for the family, for any occasion. The dopest shit when I seen you make the track suits for the Western.
The Western High School. Yeah.
I mean, bro, this is epic shit that we're doing, bro. Like, we were not supposed to win. We were not supposed to be successful. We were supposed to be part of the statistics. We were supposed to be the ones stuck in prison, in and out of prison, dead, alcoholics, overdose, you know. And I mean, fuck, I was just at a funeral today. You know, rest in peace, my cousin Andy. You know what I'm saying? You know, OG off from Morel in Toledo, man. Love you. We gonna miss you. You know,
rest
see
in
you
peace,
when we get there, man, for sure.
Always show me love. Always show me love. Every time I see Andy, man, he even on Facebook, if I didn't see him all the time, man, he'd always, you know, share my stuff, like my stuff, you know, always comment like, hey, you know, good job, Jose. You know, every time I seen him, it was always respect. You know, and
I used to go to elementary, Andy, man.
Andy,
guy, you know what? The one thing,
the
one thing he was known for at McKinstry Elementary, he was always the freshest one. I'm talking about he was, you know, 10, 11, 12 years old. His dad kept him fresh. For sure. Yeah.
Andy was always fresh.
No, always, for sure. Man. Yeah, that's what I remember about little Andy.
But one of the things that I'm struggling with, bro, and I've struggled with since I got home, is being emotional, bro. I've been to so many funerals since I've been home. It's been hard for me to be emotional. Like, I'm still struggling with having feelings, you know, because when you're in prison, bro, we live in such a cold, secluded environment. It suppresses your emotions. And I'm like, I'm still trying to feel.
It's hard,
Nino. It's a process.
And I'm like, is something wrong with me?
No, it's a process.
Because I'm literally trying to make myself feel, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I think that, you know, and this is just me. I'm only speaking for myself. It becomes a part of you of being a realist. I mean, death happens. It's the most certain thing in this world, bro. There's nothing more certain than death. Nothing. I mean, I don't care what you say. Tomorrow is never promised. The flowers, that table, there's nothing more promised than death. We're all going to experience it no matter which way it goes. And it has to become with acceptance. You know, with life, you know, that's what, as soon as you're born, you start dying.
Absolutely.
Right? You know, you don't know how, but that's what happens. It's the most certain thing in life, man. And it's just acceptance of it, bro. And it just happens so often. Unfortunately, it happens so often that, you know, sometimes you just come accustomed to it, man. And it's just like, hey, it's just part of life. You know, it happens.
The reality of things is, bro, we're every day we wake up, we're one day closer to death.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Every day.
So, you know, as we have firsthand experience, we don't take shit for granted because you never know what you got till you don't got it no more. And when you go to prison, they take everything. They take your socks, your underwear, your dignity. They make you bend over. They make you, you know what I'm saying? You state property now. They don't even got the decency to call you by your name no more. Now you acknowledge as a number, 407-555, report to the desk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Last name.
They
Ain't
fuck
nothing,
with your
ain't nothing
dignity.
personal.
They try to take your identity. I'm talking about, you know, all of the above, man.
Yeah.
So to be able to get through that, standing tall, and then come home and then build a life better than we even imagined. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but the life that we build have impact other lives. Inspired other people, help other people change and become critical thinkers and take growth into consideration. Because like so many times I've called home when I was in the joint that, oh, you ain't missing nothing, you ain't missing nothing. I'm like, man, that's easy for you to say. And then when I come home, I'm like, damn, I really wasn't missing nothing because so many people stayed the same.
Doing the same thing.
No, they are.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, damn.
Yeah, it's the same thing, man. You come out here and it's just like, you know, you think you're coming to a whole different world, and the only thing that really changes is what? Not the people, but technology is probably the only thing that's really has advanced in many facets of society. You know, now you look at it, everything is like Nino said earlier. It's a computer, it's your phone. Your phone is a handheld computer. You know, you could do so many things on your phone. I mean, you got laptops, iPads. I mean, everything is got to do nothing to do with just social media. You know, technology. It's everything. It runs everything. That's the only thing that's changed since when I got locked up in 07, the iPhone was just releasing. Okay. You know, so now it's just advanced. You know, it's advanced. I never even seen the iPhone actually. I got locked up in June. It came out in July. You know, so you got to stay on par with that. You know, so you got to realize that the world's going to stay where it's at. People are going to stay where it's at. You know, complacency is a big thing in today's society, especially in our community. You know, everyone's just happy with what they have, but technology, the world is going to always progress because there are a lot of progressive thinkers, just like Nino, who's progressively thinking into his podcast, you who are thinking progressively into helping individuals grow and try to comprehend with what they have to deal with their, demons and things of that nature, and me, and whatever it is that I'm, progressing as, fashion, designs, just setting different, fashion trends, but regardless, to be progressive is also healthy.
Absolutely, bro.
No, for sure. And it has. there's some stuff, man, that has changed a lot, man. Like, but the technology has been, that's probably one of the things, man, that, and it's sad that on the inside they don't teach you those tools. You know what I'm saying? Because
they don't.
So you come out here, man, like you be like, if you don't, and not everybody picks up things, fast.
Quickly.
You know what I'm saying? So. For some people, man, it's like really, really difficult, man, to pick up on things like that.
It stresses me out because as soon as I got hired into my job, bro, they handed me a laptop.
I know you was like, what the?
What I'm supposed to do with this, bro? And then like trying to make all the right decisions when I came out. As soon as I came home, I signed up for college. I went to college for a semester. You know what I'm saying? Because I was very studious. I love reading books. I love taking notes. I love all that stuff. Like they're like, no, that's not the way we do things anymore. Everything is done on a laptop, and you gotta save this and do this. And I was like, bro, I am lost. I mean, it would literally 10, 15 minutes into it, bro, I would literally be stressed out, bro.
It happened to me.
I could be in a good mood, and as soon as I'm just and then I was intimidated. Everybody's like, what are you so afraid of? I'm like, I'm afraid of pushing the wrong button and getting somewhere I can't go, or I can't come back from, or deleting some shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just intimidating. I didn't understand it. You know what I mean? I didn't know what tabs were. I didn't know what all these different things were, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. YouTube became my best friend, man.
Me too.
YouTube is what taught me how to make shirts. I didn't go to a class or anything of that nature. I just went on YouTube and learned how to pretty much just walk through it, pause, try it, pause, and go from there. But that's what has helped me out in different things that I just don't know, man, because they've got so many different tutorials on what you need to know about everything, bro. I mean, even the dumbest things, you know, how to make soup, and you go on YouTube and there's a tutorial on how to make soup.
And I just started using that.
Really?
Because everybody I know my brother-in-law laid a whole floor down in his house, and I was like, damn, what'd you learn how to do?
Remember
this?
the wall?
Like, I Googled it.
Remember the wall at my old shop? That pallet wall?
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to do that.
He's
I
like
put that
YouTube.
up.
I just YouTubed everything.
I'm in the process. I'm in the process right now of fixing a refrigerator based on a YouTube video.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just put out there, man. It's just information, and you got to be grateful to things of that nature because, you know, Nino, you know what the difference is between information, knowledge, and wisdom. You know,
definitely.
Buddha. You know, so if people ain't putting it out there for you, you know, it's not helpful. You know, they're just going to keep it for themselves. But we need that wisdom. We need that knowledge. We need people who are willing to teach other people. Hey, this is how you do these things. You know, granted, they're looking for likes and views because they want to get some money off of it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that's, you know, their purpose, as you know, for financial gain, but it's also to help others out as well. So YouTube is a great platform.
Like they say, the world is at the tip of your fingers.
And it is.
I didn't really understand that completely until I got home, and I was having conversations with Bo Nu in Cambodia, you know, and having conversations on my phone with my homeboy in Albania, and I'm like, holy shit, like I could talk to anybody anywhere, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like it created such a wedge in society. Like people can't stand each other anymore. Like people are more comfortable in their homes than they are going to a local or community event or anything like that.
Socializing has become,
and I'm like,
especially
what?
the kids. The kids. I mean, I remember back in the day when when it snowed a lot, all the kids would be outside. Now you don't see no kids outside. You know, so it's definitely taking over them.
Big difference. All the kids now everything's virtual. They come inside. They want to, you know, play the games. They want to do, you know, Oculus, PlayStation 5. They got the Xbox. You know,
man, I used to love outside in the snow.
For sure.
Time.
All the time. You know, we would shag in the cars. Remember all the shagging on the cars? You know, you tell a kid to do that, they're gonna be like, "What in the world are you talking about?"
I will hurt myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll bump my knee.
Now, why would I do that?
That's why we did it.
The corner of right there on Christensen and Porter, man. We used to all hang out, man, and do some shagging.
Shagging was one of the most exciting things to do. I'd get dressed up with a big old snowsuit, some moon boots, and some socks on my head.
But you might want to explain to people, man, what shagging is. Some people may not know
shagging, man. Shagging used to be something that we used to do as kids. Back in the day, they had them steel bumpers. So you would see a car turning the corner or riding down the street, and basically you would run behind that car because it was going about 5-10 miles an hour, if that. You get down, you start hanging onto that back bumper, and then the guy will just take off, and you just start skiing down the street, man, until he turns the corner, and you know, can't hold on anymore. That was the fun for us. That shit was fun as hell, yeah. You know, we didn't have all the you know, iPads and things of that nature. Shit, I used to freeze my steps. And get a sled and slide right into the middle of the street and tell my mom, "What the hell's wrong with you, boy? You're gonna kill yourself one of these days," you know. But that's entertainment for us, you know.
Well, that was fun, bro. At the end of the day, you know. But you know, I wonder like how society got to where it is today, like that. You know, is it people became, because you hear people, you know, everybody wears the anti-social social club shirt, and you know, people, I can't stand people, I hate people, and I'm like, I mean, people do that. You know, people will do that to people. It'll make you not stand others just because people are liars, deceitful. They got angles. They're predators. They're this, they're that. And, you know, they take advantage of you and you don't know what to believe anymore. And then, like, I feel like Facebook was a platform like prison to recreate yourself, create the whole life that you want to live right there on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's just crazy because I feel like it's just an example of how many people are unhappy with the reality, you know what I'm saying, of who they are, what's really going on in their lives.
It's like you said about prison. You know, you can be who you want to be. On social media, you can be exactly who you want to be. Well, you can make up any lie you want to make up. People don't know the difference, you know. You can say what you want to say, be who you want to, you know, be on there. everyone's just watching, man. It's just a platform for everyone to just watch what it is what you're doing. It's like a telenovela, bro. And that's what people do.
Even the shows that are so successful today, it's all like, basketball wives and the wives of this and the wives of that and that, and it's all drama and it's all
drama.
But people love it. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, somebody could get shot and be dying right here. Instead of somebody trying to help them and revive them, everybody got the cameras out and just everybody's just so insensitive, bro.
Bro, I work at Chrysler, and there was two girls fighting on the other end of the dock, and not one person was breaking it up. Instead, like you said, there was about 8-9 people pulled their phones out and just started recording. Oh yeah, look at this. So then they come back and like, oh, did you see the fight? No. Well, I got it right here. I don't even care to see that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
straight
that's
away
just,
from humanity.
Yeah, I'm like, man,
bro.
I'm straight on that, bro. Yeah, exactly it. We're straight away from humanity, bro. And it's just the way it is now. Society is based on likes, reviews, views, and things of the nature. Even prison now, you got
people's validation, bro.
You see, prison, they got video that you pay for now, 15-minute video visits. So they're even getting into it with for the money.
Right.
So they allow you to do that for 15-minute videos. I don't know for how much it costs, but when you think about it, we got over 2 million people that are incarcerated in the United States. So
it adds up.
Hey,
it
man,
adds up.
Free my man Mike Banks, man. But he was just telling me, bro, that you have to make appointments now
for visits.
And your visits are only like 2 hours.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And
phone calls, 15 minutes, hang up.
Yeah,
you gotta wait a while to jump back on the phone call. Phone again.
That's crazy to me. I'm like that's the most inhumane shit ever because you're literally disconnecting people, man.
They don't care. They want money.
People have become group cold because they don't have any affection anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like their whole life is through a screen now. Even the difference between writing a letter and writing a JPEG. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. You're taking the feeling, the vibe out of everything.
Yeah. Everything's not personal as it used to be. You don't have that, like you said, the feeling. You get a letter. You remember get that letter slid up under that door. That was a great.
And that's one of the most important components of a person. Getting better in there. To have that communication. And now they're restricting that. You know what I'm saying? That's even restricted.
I used to tell people, man, send me pictures. Let me live through your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Let me see life through your eyes, you know? And people don't, not everybody really fully comprehended that. You know what I'm saying? When you live in an environment like this, it's like it was created to block your vision. It was created so that you couldn't have a vision or dreams or goals. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like being able to see past that and live through other people's lives. My brother, everything he ever did, every vacation, everywhere he went, every time he rented a car, bought a new car, whatever, like I got pictures from all of that. Yeah. And that's what really kept me alive. That's what really kept me focused. That's what really kept me motivated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we all come from a community where our lives were either consumed by drug dealing or gang banging or whatever it was. And, being in prison, bro, I just learned the difference between circumstantial love and unconditional love and loyalty. Like, there'd be 10 of us in here and we all got the same tattoo, loyalty on us, but we all have our own interpretation of what we're actually loyal to. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And, even respect, everybody has their own interpretation of what respect means. Yeah. But I just, I feel great, bro, being able to come home and know that the brothers that I was building with out inside, I'm out here and we're building the same, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Look at today. You called us and said, hey, we were there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We came right, as soon as you said, hey, can you come through? Yeah, we came through. I called him. We called each other. All of us got together. Yep, let's make it happen.
It's important, man. It's important.
It is important
to support each other
because what we do is bigger than us.
Yeah, it is.
The suffering that we endured, it was not just for us. It was so that we can have that experience, that knowledge to be able to pass on. Yep. And that was one of the biggest problems in prison. It was poor leadership. Yep. You had people who had knowledge but wouldn't share it with their people because they were worried about them being competent enough to replace them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And with us, all the knowledge that we had, we distributed. We cultivated, we groomed, we planted seeds, we invested time. We used to breathe on people. We breathing on everybody now.
And we grew as separate, we bloomed in separate ways. None of us are clashing amongst each other. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you look at it, Mario's doing his own thing. You got Rick doing his thing. You got Johnny was doing his own thing. You got Budo. You know, you got me. We're all doing different things, man. Everyone's not, we breathe on each other so much that we just blossomed into who we were meant to be.
No doubt,
You know,
no doubt.
so this is something that, you got to look at it like, damn, that's just diversity at its best. Not to mention it's all Latinos, you know what I'm saying, trying to empower one another, regardless to what race or where you came from, what set you came from, because it didn't matter in there, bro. None of that mattered in there. We was all just trying to, get each other out here and get each other to be prosperous, successful, and to live a good, decent life for the rest of the lives that we can. Can you imagine going back to prison right now at our age, bro?
I could not imagine.
I can't imagine it, bro.
I said, bro,
it's not even an option.
I don't ever
it's
want
not even an option.
handcuffs on me ever.
No,
I don't ever
none of
want to
that.
be in the back of a cop
Nothing.
car. I don't ever want to be
Yeah.
in front of a judge for nothing no more, bro. Like
at all.
Like I lived a lifetime of that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit ain't fun.
And
That
I
shit
just
ain't
don't
cute.
want that shit. I'd never want to forfeit my privilege of freedom in life to
Ever.
anybody.
It's not worth
anymore,
it,
bro.
It's not worth it.
For sure, there's a lot of people out here, man, counting on you too, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that have given us opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So it would be a huge letdown to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A huge letdown to them, and not only to them, but to those on the inside whose hope we've increased a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because guys on the inside see us living the way we're living, and they're saying like, man, I can go out there, bro, and link up.
that.
I told a guy the other day, he was like, man, I want to go out there and do what you do, bro. Come on out.
Yep.
There's plenty of room. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Come on out, man. We got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yes,
Shout out to Lil D. Lil D on his way home too, and he
yeah.
like, bro, I want to come up there. I want to work with you. I
Yeah.
want to help with the youth. I'm like, come
It's
on
possible.
in, bro.
It's possible, and it's good. It is good that those of us like from the neighborhood, man, the Latinos from the neighborhood, the other young Latinos in the neighborhood, they can look and say, man, you know what I'm saying? It's possible, man, to do something different. Even the guys from the neighborhood that maybe we don't know but are coming home from the joint, you know what I'm saying? They can look at us and say, you know what? It's possible. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
is,
it's
yeah,
very
it is.
important that
It
we
is.
set that, that example.
Yeah.
Because there's people that have probably closed doors, windows, and shut opportunities down because they remember us for who we were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not knowing who we are or who we've become.
They don't know we made that,
you know what I mean?
that transition.
And just to see us being able to, literally, bro, from nothing to something.
Yeah.
You know
For
what
sure.
I mean? It all started with a commitment to
Yep.
ourselves, to
Yep.
learn how to love ourselves, to respect ourselves, to value ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I was always taught that if you don't know what to do with your life, somebody else will. And then you become a part of somebody else's plan and somebody else's idea, and now you're fulfilling their agenda.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we came home, bro, and we took life by the horns, bro, and we're taking care of business.
Feels good, too, man.
It
feels
does.
good.
It does
feels
feel good. I get the file
Sense of
income tax. That
accomplishment.
feels
Yeah.
good, bro.
Yeah.
Whether they give me anything or not.
And you're a
know what I'm
homeowner.
saying?
You're a homeowner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
for
got a
sure.
car. You got your own car.
No,
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
dope.
Got
It's
credit.
dope.
You know what I'm saying?
No
You're-
doubt.
And you've
you're
only been
living as
out
you
a
should,
few
you
years.
know?
You know
Nigga,
what
I
I'm
gotta
saying?
work on my credit. Nigga, I got too excited that I ran up them credit cards, nigga. Shit, but that comes from being
You know, you
illiterate,
live and learn.
financially
Yeah, you live-
illiterate.
Nah, that's the
You know
American
what I'm
dream.
saying?
That's what
That's what
they
they
do.
do. Yeah, so you live
It's
and
set
learn.
up to be that way, bro.
I know I
You
got
know what
credit
I'm
from the
saying?
store, man, but now I'm out here, nigga. They talking about give me a 3,000. Come on,
Come
brother.
on with it.
Nigga, Christmas
Yeah.
come around, nigga want to get the best Christmas in America. You know what I'm saying?
You'll learn. You'll learn.
January, February swing around, nigga. The motherfucking due dates kick in. You like, bitch.
Yeah, you'll learn. Huh? Like you said, you was ignorant to it. Now you like, wait a minute.
Listen, man, I reached out to a guy for some advice. Now, this guy, he's a millionaire, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I reached out to him for a little guidance because I'm like, man, I'm already in the hole. I'm not trying to get no deeper. I'm trying to figure out a way to get myself back on track.
Yeah.
I called him and I was like, hey, bro, what advice can you give me? This motherfucker said, pay it off and don't do it again.
That's why I said you'll learn.
Pay it off and don't do it again. I
Yeah.
said, God
Yeah.
damn, if that wasn't the realest shit ever.
is.
And I hated to hear it. And I'm like,
Yeah. That's the truth.
why he talking to me like that,
Yeah.
dog? You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
the
at the
reality.
end of the day,
Yeah.
You gotta
clean
pay
up
them
your
debts.
mess.
Yeah.
Pay that shit off and don't do that shit again.
It's the
You know
same
what
thing
I mean?
when guys ask, what's the best advice, man? You know what I'm saying about don't commit no crimes and
Don't
you won't
commit
go
no
to the
crimes. You ain't
joint.
got to worry about
You ain't got to
it.
worry
Yeah,
about
you
it.
ain't
You
got
know
to
what I'm
worry
saying?
about it. Stay
Don't
home.
want to hear you crying, whining, and man, if it wasn't for those snitch, man, if you ain't committing crimes, you ain't got to worry about
You
it.
ain't got to worry about
You ain't
none of
gotta worry
that shit,
about it.
bro.
Yep.
You ain't got to worry about none
nobody
of that.
telling on you because you ain't committing no
Yep,
crime.
crime, none of
And
that.
you ain't got to worry about anybody putting you in that position because you're
Yeah.
not committing no crime. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So there's no,
Right.
you good. You out
Yep.
you out the way.
Yeah.
And the struggle is real, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, rest in peace, Pat Bates. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like
Man.
that
Yep.
brother
Rest in
had
peace.
all the potential and all the knowledge in the world to
Yep.
be successful and be sitting right here with
Yep.
us. You know what I'm saying? But it's the temptation of money, the
Yeah.
temptation of survival. You know what I mean? And just glorifying, the streets and
Yep.
and like they used to tell me growing up, the only the only path, the only results of it, you either gonna be killed or you're gonna be in prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want neither one of them, bro.
No.
I want to die when I'm 100. I told Katie once I'm in Pampers, pull the plug. You know what I'm saying? Once I gotta wear Pampers, just pull the plug. Unless you gonna put me in some Detroit Forever type of.
I'll make you some. Don't even wear that. That's gonna be my next thing. When I'm 60 something, I'm gonna start on it, bro.
Motor City Millionaire diapers.
You got the fancy ones and you got the regular ones.
Customize my
Customize.
shit. So I gotta have my shit blue and black.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, like you said, Nino, man, the streets is something that a lot of people feel like you can't get away with. That's all they know, they say. You know what I'm saying? And that's not true though. You know, it's not. It's not all you know. It's all you choose to know at the time. You know, there's so much, opportunities other than just the street. You know, to enhance your life, fiscally, and to be well off and to have financial freedom and things of that nature. It's just like you said, you got them credit cards and you ran it up, but you know what, it was pleasurable.
Ran it the fuck up,
and that's fine. You can always work down toward it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in $100,000 debt. It's always debt that you can just pay down, like he said.
If
pay
they
it
gave
off.
me $100,000,
Well, I'm glad they didn't. But I don't know if Katie would let you do that, bro. But but
spend half it on her.
Happy wife, happy life, bro.
That's right.
Ask for overtime over at the DHDC. Lex, we need overtime.
Saturday, I work Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we got side hustles and things of that nature, man. Because hey, I work
out here trying to print T-shirts and
all that shit. Everything, cups, whatever. Tattoos,
everything.
Shit, anything to stay out of the joint. Put it that way.
But I'll tell you what I do love about our community, man, is they're creative now, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many artists, there's so many intelligent, people in our community. I mean, shout out to Dominic Ovando, you know what I'm saying?
Doing great things with the acting. Doing great things.
Them boys
great
take
things
care
with
of
that.
their business.
Yeah.
Shit, we got Victorino in the house right now. We got G. Albenice
in the house.
All these talented brothers, you know what I'm saying? We got
all Latinos.
Yeah. We got Mario from Legal Aliens Podcast running the show. Yeah. And, look at it, bro. We got fashion. We got community justice, environmental justice, every justice for all. You know what I'm saying? We justice everything. We fighting for everything.
No doubt.
But it feels good because everything we fighting for is righteous, man. You know what I mean?
That's
Even the brother that did your art maker, what's his name?
Richie Blanco.
Yep. And I've been seeing him everywhere. He's another Latino. You know what I'm saying?
He hooked up Sneaky.
Sneaky, and he did the new shop over on Werner. They got a new little clothing store.
You talking about H&R?
Yeah, they got. He did their
H&B.
Yep, he did their walls, and I'm starting to see him a lot everywhere.
H&R block.
I know. I'm taking the taxes. He's still looking for money, Katie, to pay off them debts. He's reaching out to H&R block, y'all. If you work at H&R, holler at it in your podcast. We're gonna have you on here. But I've been seeing him a lot everywhere, and I've seen him over
for 2 years on my taxes. I swear to God. I don't know who the fuck is trusting my taxes anymore. I'm like, God damn.
Hey, and then your podcast LLC started that way. Hey, guarantee show some profit and loss.
There it is.
There it is for the next 5 years.
Business class.
You took I know exactly.
I was in there taking notes and shit. I might still got it.
I'm telling you right now,
Mario, man. Mario's doing his tax thing. Holla at Mario.
Yeah, holla at Mario.
Mario gonna want to cut off the top.
Off whip.
Come up short fucking with Mario.
But yeah, man. It's like it's a blessing to have this community doing what we're doing now. We're doing a lot of different things. We're showing a lot of positive traits now. The streets it is what it is. It ain't never gonna change. But as long as we stay away from them and try to help everyone that we come in contact with, they say we are our brother's keeper. So I don't think it just means your brother as far as your blood brother, but also the brothers that you keep next to you. On the left, on the right, everywhere around you, surrounding you every day. So
even the women in your life are
even the women in your life,
definitely.
Become,
bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yep. We have come home and helped them set a higher standard for themselves.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
For
and
sure.
what a real man is supposed to be like.
For sure.
Like when I was raised, bro, I was taught that as long as you providing, as long as you're a good provider, they got food, they got clothes, they got a roof, you're a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was it. That was the extent. You know what I mean? And it's so far away from the truth. There's so much more to being a man, to being a father, to being a man of respect, to being a citizen.
And empower, because women these days are doing their thing. I mean, the women are doing, they're doing a lot, bro. I mean, they're just as creative as we are. They're just as smart as we are.
And I respect them.
Build as much
respect the shit out of women.
And sometimes, they just need someone to give them that just like a guy does, sometimes they want to see, okay, you know what? I have that same idea. I had that same concept, or I've wanted to do that and I just haven't. So maybe you being who you are, and it doesn't have to be the same, idea, but it could be just the fact that you're doing something that's creative and that's, influencing, and that'll probably spark them, and say, hey, you know what? I've always wanted to do something like that. He's doing it. Let me do it too. Let me go ahead and, be that woman that's on the side of my man, or vice versa, whichever way it is, and just make us a better couple, or a power couple, I mean, look at Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, man. Even just transitioning into relationships.
Yeah.
Coming home, coming out of a 17-year relationship with the MDOC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you come home and then you find a woman, you fall in love with her. Yep. But everybody got a past, everybody got baggage, everybody got their shit, and it's like you got to grow with each other.
Yeah.
You got to learn each other.
Yeah.
You got to accept each other. You know what I'm saying? You got to empower. You got to motivate.
Yeah.
It takes work.
Compromise. It takes compromise. It takes understanding. It takes patience. It takes a lot of things, man.
We were raised in an era that men were machos. Machos. And, when your women get out of line, they talk back. You slap them, control them. And, you know what I mean? But that's what I see. That's what my uncles did. That's what my cousins did.
Eladio podcast does not condone any kind of abuse to women.
I do not.
This is actually a subject, man. We can probably spend
but that's how it was.
On this type of subject. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can be here all day, man, talking about that, man.
Yeah.
For real.
But all the time in the world.
No, but it's true though. Like you said,
it's an important.
Because these are conversations that we need to be having.
No,
you know
for sure.
what I'm saying? Like everybody talking about what the fuck,
but not just that,
Blueface and all them got going on, and Krayshawn and all that. Listen,
nobody
bro,
care about
we talking about real life shit that's going on today, right now. I just left a funeral earlier, in real life. You know
exactly.
Then came here to build with my brothers, and the shit that we've been through, none of it was politically correct. All this shit was real experience. You know what I mean? So these are the conversations we need to have, because we don't know, what kids are going to, because there's kids, bro.
They don't know how to reach out.
Being sexually abused, and the violators always tell them, don't tell nobody, I'm gonna kill your family, do this. So we don't know what kids are going through. They silent. You know what I'm saying? And we need to have these conversations, because we need to know who to help.
They'd almost rather talk to someone online, because that's the way they've been brought up. That just seems to be their outlet, is that social media thing. And social media is just as damaging as anything. It's if not more, man, because it just doesn't show them any kind of social skills. Kids don't have social skills these days, and even people, in general, just socializing has just become not even a norm anymore. It's like, let's go down to the corner, have a couple drinks. They don't even call you no more. They like text you.
Kids how to write their own signature anymore. Not even cursive.
Yeah, they took cursive out of school.
Why though?
Yeah. I don't know, bro.
Makes no sense.
I don't know.
I don't know why. Tell me why. I need to know this shit.
Yep. Avatars, we need to find out why. But it's true though. Like I got a tattoo, a cursive written on my arm, and when my son came to see me, I asked him, "Did he know what it meant? What it said?" And he said no. And I said, "Why not?" He goes, "They don't teach us that in school." Yeah.
Bro, my sons literally used to be like, "Dad, do not write me in cursive. We cannot read this shit."
They don't know what it is.
It's like Chinese writing to us. I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
And I got nice handwriting.
Yeah,
you do.
I mean? I ain't gonna lie.
I really do. I got nice ass handwriting.
He takes his time with it.
But what's crazy though, and even in all the paths that we chose, we've all evolved.
Yeah.
Where what I'm saying? Like none of us have become stagnant. Like we started here, we ended up here, and now we're there. Everything that we've done has been more progressive. You know what I'm saying? you started off on Michigan and Apple Street. You know what I'm saying? Grinding out the little spot. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you 5 blocks down. Now your shit double, triple the size. You know? The designs you come with. It seems like every 90 days you got a new design. It just comes up out of nowhere to my Facebook page. You know what I'm saying? When I seen this design, I was like, damn, that's dope as hell.
Thank you, bro.
You know? And you know, even in your craft, bro. I mean, look, you work for Sato now. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's dope.
You know me starting as a youth mentor at the DHDC, and now I work with reentry, and who better than somebody who's actually been through the process?
No, but also, Nino, ever since you've been at the DHDC, and I want to give you credit for this. In my opinion, I feel like you've brought them a lot of traction. You've brought them a lot of awareness as far as like events. Different opportunities with different people, events that people probably wouldn't even known to reach out to.
That's true.
DHDC, if it weren't for you, because I remember when I did my comic book thing, I wasn't going to do it there. It was Nino that asked me to do it there and said, hey, why don't you have it here? And he brought it to my attention. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, I'll do it there. So we did it there. And I started noticing that more and more events are coming. And I've never seen this since I've been home, you know, myself. But in my opinion, I think that Nino has been the one, and no offense to Lex or anyone who's watching this from the DHDC, this is just me. I think he's been a great asset to the program and has brought a lot, and I mean a lot of community events to that.
And he represents it everywhere he goes. You know what I'm saying? He represents it
from Eladio, and I think that's a big accomplishment. I really do, because we were just talking about, what was we just talking about? Possibly having my next fashion show there. So I mean that's big, because that's a community center that's been there for a long time, and I didn't know nothing about it. It wasn't until he started working there he was like, bro, you need to come check this place out. They got this, they got that, and I was like, really? I didn't know.
And it wasn't. You know? And in the summertime, like, you know, a lot of the events in the neighborhood.
I went there to 2 events.
You're gonna see them. He gonna be you know, with his little.
You know, they probably. I'm sure they come up with a lot of ideas and stuff like that. You know, like they got the Phantasma Market on Friday, which I think is a dope.
Shout out to Anita Urban Graphics. They threw a bomb ass
fashion show. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, we went.
Yep. They did a great job. You know, bringing everybody out. I love the diversity. I love the creativity. I can't wait for you to throw your
Techno Fest. Remember they had the Tech. They had the Tech Detroit there. They had the Tech truck. They had the JIT Fest. I mean, they're having a lot of events there, and I think it's a beautiful thing because it's a big program, and they have so much to offer in there that you really don't realize everything that they have to. I've seen Aztec in them in there and making videos or whatever they're doing. I mean, Diego shoots in there, and Diego's huge. You know, so I mean. You know, they're utilizing the resources that have been given to the, you know, the community by individuals like Lex and Anita, you know, and in Eladio, you know, who pumps and pumps and pumps what they have. Yeah. So
it's a space for people. Like, you know, they come there. You know, kids come there. They feel safe there. You know,
there's all the footwork. You know, they got that. What's the name of that program? The robot thing.
Robotics,
they got the robotics program,
and bro, that's so wonderful.
That's a big old thing.
Engineering is the future of, and so these kids are fucking 13, 14, 15 years old. They're being mentored by people that work at GM, Chrysler, Ford. Shit, just last year, one of our youth got hired into Tesla. You know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying? I mean. And those are things that you don't hear of, though. You know, you don't hear about that until you just now said that. I mean, come on now, you're talking about Tesla. You know, some people don't like Tesla. You know, but.
I heard they want Tesla in Michigan, bro.
No, they won't. They won't. They don't want Michigan. They don't want it in Michigan.
They blocked them out, man.
Yeah, they blocked them out.
That's not equal opportunity.
They it had to do with the big three, the UAW workers and stuff like that. So
of course, it's always politics. It's always money. It's always greed. All that type of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, big shout out to you, man. I mean, I give you a lot of respect and a lot of kudos for that, you know. So,
man, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that, man. You know, because I sometimes I don't really look at myself, you know what I'm saying? I always, you know, look at the positivity in life and people and situations and opportunities, but sometimes I don't even see my own value. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're caught up in it. You don't have time. You don't have time to, you know.
And there's no strings attached. Ain't nobody keeping count of shit. Right. I'm just living. I'm just doing. I'm just following my heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for the, you know, for those of us that are watching from the outside looking in, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, someone has to tell you sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
someone has to tell you.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel good as hell right now.
No, for real.
And especially hearing it from you brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Every time I look up, I'm like, this nigga in Lansing. Oh, this motherfucker went to Washington. What the hell Nino doing in Seattle? You know, everywhere. I see him everywhere. You know, and you know what? he's working with who? Ceasefire. Oh, okay, that's what's up. You know. Yeah. So I mean, you see all those things. You know, and you know, just because we're as busy, we can't do all the things. Hey, I see what you're doing. Hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to get that. You know, I want you to see that. Hey, man, you know, you're doing your thing, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't call you all the time and tell you, hey, bro, you're doing well. But you know what? You know, you are doing a lot of things.
Yeah, we're looking. We're watching.
Get caught up in
definitely watching.
I just want to reach my full potential, bro.
And you are.
And I just want that everything that we've been through to know that it wasn't all for nothing.
No, hell no. Yeah. I mean, just like Pudo. I mean, he invited me a few times to different seminars that they were having down at Sado. I went down there. We had to speak. I mean, you came in and you brought me the lifer thing. You know, I had a few people, as many people as I could, with the QR code, you know, for the lifer thing. I mean, so those are things that, you know, you utilize to try to bring awareness into everything. You don't have to do all that footwork. You know, you don't have to do all that ceasefire. I mean, you don't have to do all that extra stuff. You can just be like, I'm going to work, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come home and just do the Lotto podcast.
And you know, bro, the ceasefire team, bro, they ain't getting paid. No, they're making like $15, $16 an hour. Right. They don't have no insurance, no health insurance, no life insurance. And, you know, they're damn near first responders to everything. And they're in the middle of everything. And they ain't got...
It's the mission.
And I tell people all the time, you know, when they sign up for these jobs, like, bro, if you're here for a paycheck, this shit ain't gonna work out. You have to have a heart for your people, for your community, for humanity. You have to care about people and the well-being of your community to have a job like this. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, it's just not gonna work out for you. Yeah,
though, even with the Western thing, I wasn't looking for an accolade with it. We just wanted I wanted to be a part of it. So my boy Raphael brought me onto it. And I did it for the sake of, you know, hey, let's provide something for our community and for the kids in our community who are doing well, you know. So I was grateful to do that for the 2 years that we did that. I don't know if we're doing it this year or not, but it wasn't for a pat on the, you know, shoulder or a pat on the back or, you know, like, you know, some kind of, we just did it because we wanted to provide for them, and we wanted them to have something that was of quality, because all those jogging suits were all custom made. I mean, cut and sew items, not something that we bought and just put a logo on it, you know. Right.
Jose, real quick, tell us what's coming up with you, man. Like, what's the latest and the greatest? What you got for us this summer, man?
Oh man, this summer I got a lot of stuff coming. This is one of the designs that I came up with, and I just recently released. It's just one of them. I got a bunch more coming, but I also got an expansion of the brand coming. I haven't released that yet, and that's the possibility of the fashion show that we need to get with.
Nigga, you better put some plus size niggas up there now.
I gotta get you. Hey, someone got to replace Pat, man. You know, so you know, that's a lot of swag to replace. You know. Just a bunch of new designs, a bunch of different things. I mean, you can only do so many landmarks. I mean, you know, before your brand becomes stagnant. I mean, you can do a Detroit brand, but how many times can you use the Renaissance? How many times can you use the Ambassador Bridge and, you know, things of that nature? So the reason behind all this is part of my creativity and things that I see, you know, and envision. You know, I'm still from Detroit. I'm an artist from Detroit. I consider myself an artist. These are all things I create. So, I mean, it's just, you know, once in a while you got to take a break from the obvious of what represents Detroit and probably give maybe a little twist to it with a little bit of art, and, you know, see what happen and see if people like it, you know. And so far, you know, everything's been good. So
me and Jose, we've been talking about a collaboration.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Detroit Forever, El Nino podcast merchandise. So, you know, keep an eye out for that, because that's definitely coming. We're going to put our minds together and come up with a dog-ass design.
Stay local, man. Stay local. You know, support your people locally, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know, in art and clothing and food and everything, man. Support your community above the rich. That's what that whole shirt is about. You know, don't always be a sheep, you know. Most of the people wear designer and all these things and buy this and buy that, and you know those are people that you don't even know. Support the ones that you know who are trying to get to where those people are at, especially if you have some kind of elbow that you rub with those people. You know, make sure that your people are straight so that you can be straight.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I mean, that's my aim. I'm always, you know, showing love, showing support in any and every way. And it ain't always monetary, even though monetary does help. Yeah. But, you know, even sharing, subscribing, you know, sharing flyers, you know, passing out, you know, business cards, word of mouth, you know, promoting, all that good stuff. You know, it all helps. And, you know, so spring's around the corner, man. Holla at my brother Zoe at LA Landscaping. Google.
If I had more grass, bro, I'd be hollering at you, bro. But I got no grass.
My brother's a professional. He'll take care of his business. He'll get you together. And
he did.
You know, support local business for sure, man.
For sure.
Talk to us, Jose. What's the future look like? Real quick, though, we got an expungement fair for May 20th. So May 20th, you guys got some felonies. You got a DOI you trying to get rid of. If your felonies are at least 7 years old, come see us. We'll give you a fresh start at the DHDC 1211 Trumbull on May 20th.
For me, two of the biggest things this year, really, man, is trying to push legislation that once and for all abolish life without parole for children in Michigan. We just had some bipartisan bills introduced, both in the House and the Senate, so we're really looking forward to that. We also have some legislation that's going to be soon introduced. It's called Second Look legislation, and what that will do is that after 10 years, like if you're doing a life sentence, after 10 years, you can go back in front of a judge and say, hey, for these reasons, I feel like I deserve a second chance and I need to be resentenced.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's coming through the pipeline. Vital records bill. You know what I'm saying? We're in the process of pushing a bill that would make sure that those coming home from incarceration have the vital records, IDs, social security cards, and birth certificates. So, we're pushing, man. We're pushing, man. There's a lot of new advocates coming home. There's a lot of great organizations out here, man. Shout out to Xavier from the campaign for the Fair Sentencing Youth, McElrath Bay. He is now the director. He was co-executive director. Now he's the director of the organization. He's formerly incarcerated as well, man. So shout out to him. Man, we just we're gonna keep on pushing, man, and helping those come home, stay home.
Listen, man, 2023, man. Tap in or tap out. El Nino Podcast. We on deck. I'm bringing you the hottest guests, the hottest performances, all the best talent out of urban communities, especially mine, Southwest Detroit. We representing to the fullest, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Share it, subscribe it, love it, comment, all that good stuff. Much love to y'all. We'll see you next Monday at 8 p.m.
Peace.
Peace.